Begin in a comfortably seated position with your legs folded on the ground. Sit tall on your sit bones and spend some time going through the cycles of your breath to get in tune with yourself. As you inhale, pull the air down all the way into the base of your lungs. As you exhale, use your core to help you empty your lungs entirely, pushing the air out of your body. As you repeat this breath cycle, keep your face relaxed and make sure that your shoulders do not shrug up toward your ears. With your next inhale, bring both arms up into the air, reaching as high as you can, shifting your gaze to where your fingertips meet. Turn to the right and place both arms down on the ground, guiding your body into a gentle twist. Inhale both arms back into the air before turning to the left and placing both arms down on the ground again. Repeat this process with your breath, keeping your breathing calm and steady. Remember that your posture is an important part of your practice, so you should always be rising up out of your sit bones, lengthening your spine and allowing the crown of your head to reach for the sky. Exhale your hands down through heart, using the pressure between your palms to open your chest and allow your collarbones to extend forward. Place the right hand on the ground as you lift the left arm overhead, attempting to keep your upper arm in line with your ears. Inhale both arms back through center before placing your left arm on the ground and reaching the right arm overhead into another side bend. Inhale both arms through center before hinging at your hips, bringing your heart forward and placing your forearms on the tops of your legs, giving yourself an assisted stretch as you bring your torso closer to the ground. Your tailbone lengthens behind you. Your spine attempts to stay long as your chest presses towards your thighs. Brace your belly muscles and roll your spine up one vertebrae at a time, stacking your spine up on top of your sit bones before inhaling your arms back into the air again and bringing your palms back down through heart. Reorder your legs and come back into your crossed leg position, finding your new neutral pelvis, moving whatever needs to be moved so that you can find your sit bones. Inhale both arms up overhead as you turn to the left and guide your body into a gentle twist, using your arms to assist you. Inhale both arms up into the air again, and then turn to the right. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, both arms come to the ground as you turn to the left. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, both arms to the ground, guiding your body into a gentle twist to the right. The next time you exhale, bring your hands back down through heart, using the pressure between your hands to open your chest. Place the left hand on the ground and reach the right arm overhead as you guide yourself into a deeper side bend in the seated position. Inhale both arms back through center as you place your right hand on the ground, reaching your left hand overhead, stretching through the side body. Continue to follow this pattern as you guide your body, imagining that you are wrapping around a barrel, allowing for a lot of movement through your side body. Inhale both hands into the air, and as you exhale, hinge forward, allowing your tailbone to lengthen behind you as you press your forearms to the tops of your legs, assisting the stretch through your hips. Your heart presses forward between your shoulders as you lower your body as far as you are comfortable towards the ground, lengthening through your spine. Brace your belly muscles and use them to help you stack your spine one vertebrae at a time as you return to your sit bones seated position. Inhale both arms into the air, and then exhale as you bring your arms into an open chest stretch. Turn your body and come to tabletop position with your hands directly beneath your shoulders and your knees directly beneath your hips. Inhale as you drop your belly and lift your gaze and tailbone. Exhale as you round through your back, pulling your nose and your tailbone towards each other. Inhale as you come through cow. Exhale as you arch your back through cat. Even though you're keeping your movements fluid and moving your shoulders into different positions, be sure that you don't let your shoulders reach towards your ears, keeping a long neck, opening your chest. Return to a neutral spine using your belly muscles to level your hips and your shoulders as you extend your left arm and your right leg at the same time. Inhale as you reach your arm and leg away from each other. Exhale as you pull your elbow and knee toward each other at your midline. Inhale as you reach. Exhale as you pull. Find yourself back in tabletop position before pressing back into downward facing dog, lifting your right leg into the air for a three-legged dog before tucking it underneath you and placing it across your mat for a hip stretch on the floor. Your right leg extends perpendicular to the long side of your mat as your right leg straightens out behind you. If you are comfortable in this position, lower your torso towards the floor as you lengthen your left arm away from you, passively letting your hips stretch. Bring your body back to your palms, lifting up on your left leg as you reach back with your right leg into another three-legged down dog, before returning to tabletop and extending with your right arm and your left leg. Exhale as you pull your elbow and knee toward each other at the midline. Inhale as you press them away from each other again, keeping your gaze in neutral, maintaining a level back and a strong core. Place your hands on the ground as you lift into another three-legged down dog with your left leg in the air. Tuck the left leg through your chest as you place it perpendicular to the long side of your mat on the ground. Turn and look at the short side of your mat. If you are comfortable here, lengthen through the spine as you fold your body towards the ground, reaching through the right fingertips. Your right fingertips and your right toes reach away from each other. Gather your belly muscles and use them to help you get back to your palms. Place the right toes into the ground as you lift your body into another three-legged down dog, before tucking the left knee and bringing yourself back to tabletop position. Separate the knees and press the hips back and down as you come to child's pose. Lift through the belly, rolling your body forward before placing your hips lower and coming into cobra. Tuck your chin to your throat, lifting your spine one vertebrae at a time, and move back into child's pose. Inhale and bring your body forward, rolling your spine one vertebrae at a time as you bring yourself back into cobra. Keep breathing as you follow this movement pattern, attempting to articulate your spine as much as possible, using your belly to assist you with moving your body. Bend your elbows and allow your torso to sink towards the floor before bracing your belly muscles and lifting through your hips, coming into downward facing dog. Arms press the ground away from you, Your spine lengthens, allowing your tailbone to rotate towards the ceiling. Lift your right leg into the air, stacking your hips as you bend your right knee and reach with your foot towards the left side of your body. Place the right foot on the ground, bring your left foot to meet it, lift the hips and reach with your right arm over your head. Sink your hips back down before pressing up again, reaching with your arm to touch the sky. Lengthen your left leg, rotating your body around as you bring your right arm back to the ground, drawing your right knee forward and placing it down in pigeon pose. Lengthen through your left leg. Attempt to settle your hips towards the floor. Bolsters can be very useful if your hips are not very comfortable in this position. Listen to the wisdom of your body and don't push farther than you're comfortable with. Lift back up onto your palms, tucking your right leg behind you for another three-legged downward facing dog before placing your right foot on the ground next to your left and pressing back for downward facing dog. Roll your spine forward, articulating the movement as you bring your legs and hips towards the ground, lowering your torso down before bracing through your core and lifting up, pressing your hips up and back on top of your heels. Your chest reaches for your thighs as your spine lengthens through your tailbone, reaching for the sky. Your left leg moves into the air for a three-legged downward facing dog, stacking your left hip on top of your right. Place the left foot on the ground, bring the right beside it as you press your hips up and reach your arm overhead. Sink your hips back down and then press up again as you reach with your left arm for the sky. Sink your hips again as you lengthen your right leg, turning your focus back to the ground and bringing both arms to the ground again. Reach with the left leg through downward facing dog before drawing the knee forward and placing it down on the ground in pigeon pose. If you are comfortable in pigeon, bring your torso closer to the ground. If you are not comfortable in pigeon, use bolsters. Always focus on lengthening your spine and keeping your expression calm. It's hard to relax if you're grimacing. Tuck your toes underneath you, press up through your palms, thread the left leg behind you again for a three-legged downward facing dog before placing the left leg on the ground beside the right and touching into your downward facing dog. Rise up and roll through your torso, articulating each movement of your spine before lowering your body back down towards the ground. Brace your core and lift through your body, pressing your hips up and back on top of your heels. Lift the right leg into the air, thread it forward, and place the right foot on the ground between your palms, rising up into Warrior One. The left foot angles at about 45 degrees. Move your arms forward as you bring your body through a circle, lengthening that forward leg and bending it again. Inhale as you rise, reaching your arms overhead. Exhale as you press your arms forward and bend through your right knee. Inhale and rise, opening your chest. Exhale as you squeeze your arms down beside you, opening your heart. Move your feet into Warrior Two, turning your left foot parallel with the short side of your mat. As you imagine pressing your body against an invisible wall. Inhale and bring the left arm against the left thigh, adjusting your stance as needed for stability. The right arm reaches overhead. Exhale as you bring the right arm towards the right thigh and the left arm goes overhead. Hips always push forward to focus on flexibility and stability. Inhale and bring the left arm to the left thigh. Exhale as you bring the right arm to the right thigh. If you are comfortable here, reach that right arm farther, bringing your body into a bigger bend. The left arm can rest gently on your lower back, allowing you to spin your heart towards the sky. Bring both hands back to the floor to assist with stability as you kick your left foot into the air, bringing your body into Warrior 3 with your hands in heart. Stand up with control, attempting to keep your left foot in the air as you catch your left foot with your left arm and prepare to do Dancer. Reach through the right fingertips as you press powerfully with the left leg, kicking it up and back. Release the stretch with control, bringing your knee forward to grab your foot with your hands, extending it as you come into a seated position. Lengthen through your spine. Focus on sitting your hips back and down. Press powerfully through your right hand and extend your leg over for a hamstring stretch to the side. If any of these positions do not feel comfortable to you, don't do them. Inhale and rise up, reaching through those fingertips. Exhale and come to a full fold, allowing the crown of your head to pull down towards the ground. Inhale and rise. Exhale and fold. Place your hands on the ground as you take your right foot and reach it behind you, placing it down, and then bringing your left back to meet it, bringing your body into plank. Lower your body with control towards the ground, touching into a baby cobra, before lifting powerfully through your core and settling your hips back into downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg into the air, bend the knee, draw the left foot forward, and place it on the ground in between your hands, angling your right foot and rising up in Warrior 1. Arms lifting above your head. Move your body with your breath just as you did on your first side, exhaling as you sink into your left leg, inhaling as you rise up, exhale as you sink, inhale as you rise. Every time you pull your arms down your torso, focus on opening your chest, using the muscles in your back to pull your shoulder blades closer to each other, allowing for more space for your heart. Shift your stance so that you come to Warrior 2, with your left foot moving so that it's parallel to the short side of your mat. Hips push forward, arms pull backward as you imagine pressing your body against an invisible wall. Inhale as you bring your right arm to your right thigh. Exhale as you bring your left arm to your left thigh. Stretching through the side body, focusing on your stability and grace. If you are comfortable here, lower the left arm farther so that your shoulder sits near your inner thigh. You can place your right arm gently on your lower back, or if you have more flexibility, thread your arms together, coming into a bound pose where you can spin your heart towards the sky. Move both arms back towards the floor, shifting your hips to face the ground, and then press up powerfully through your left leg as you come to Warrior 3 with your hands in heart. Both hips stay level, both shoulders pull back to open your heart. Stand up with control, flexing through the left side of your posterior chain, bringing the right foot into the right palm as you prepare to move into Dancer. Lengthening through the torso before bending forward at the hips, pressing through the foot, and lengthening through the left leg. With control, bring your body back to a standing position, bringing the knee forward and clasping the foot with your hands. Extend the foot as far as you are comfortable with before sinking down as far as you can control. Breathe, lengthen, and convince your cat to move off screen. Stand up powerfully on the left leg, releasing your foot with your left hand before pressing your heel out to the side in a hamstring stretch. Release the right foot with both hands, placing it down on the ground with control. Inhale, lengthening as you bring both arms up into the air. Exhale as you hinge forward into a full fold. Use your belly to roll your spine up one vertebrae at a time. Namaste.